Hey everyone, how's it going today? My name is Lamoura, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. It says that there's some showers happening here, but this seems a little bit more intense than regular showers. But it's okay. We're gonna have to deal with the rain, getting all soaked and whatnot. Elend has a new quest for us. Sister Elend is staring at you with great sadness in her eyes, bringing out the dead. Anything good here? Not really. Silver pieces, I guess that's what we're going for. Okay. I recognize you now, Niah. Allow me to express my deepest condolences for those who lost their lives in the attack. I apologize if discussing this upsets you, but you should know that the bodies of your comrades are presently being removed from the Waking Sands and prepared for transport here. If you wish to leave this work to others, I understand. However, taking part might help you find closure. No, I don't know if that's something I want to sign up for. And I have to go back to the Waking Sands? Jesus. Can't they just do this and we'll hold a service later? Why do I gotta go do it? Why do I gotta do everything in this world? Alright, well, I think if I'm not mistaken, for this one, at the very least, we don't need to go inside the Waking Sands. I believe everything is outside of it. So, normally I would cut out this little travel, but at the same time, for this one, at the very least, since we're not going inside to multiple loading screens, I don't see the point. When we get off this fat chocobo, though, we do need to make sure that we do our regular ritual. I did forget in order to start this episode. I do have limited time today, so episode might be a little shorter. It might just be regular. I'm not quite sure, but I am waiting on something. So I figured I'd get some recording done while I was waiting instead of just sitting here twiddling my thumbs. But it's okay. Let's see. Where exactly? I should probably re-update my map here. Okay, so it's just outside here. So right down these steps, I'm assuming. There it is, Vesper Bay Shopkeep. Alright, let's get off. Let's make sure that we are eating our boiled eggs. That's one, and there's two. And then let's hit our minion roulette like normal. Make sure we get our companion for the day. The little puck guy. Yeah, pudgy puck. Okay, Vesper Bay Shopkeep. Why is a shopkeep helping transport? Oh lord. That's just rude. Can you at least get him out of the water? Hey, you don't look like one of them church fellas. Not that I'll turn you away, no sir. As you can see, we got a pile of unidentified bodies over yonder. No one's come to claim them, so off to the lich yard they go. Be thankful you didn't have to go inside and see the carnage for yourself. 'Twas a stuff of nightmares, I tell ye. Goddamn's Imperials. I don't know what quarrel they had with these folks, and I sure as hell don't want to know. The sooner we put this behind us, the better. Say, ain't I seen you around here before? Or do you just have one of them faces? Ah, never mind. Any road, there's a carriage come to haul the bodies to the lich yard out by the east gate. There's only 8 left to load up, but seeing as I'm exhausted from carrying all the others, I've a mind to leave the remainder to you. Might want to cover your nose while you work. Some of these folks starting to turn. Oh, man. Come on. Do I have to do them all one by one as well? Or am I going to be a boss? Carry all 8. Okay, it looks like I can only do 4 at a time. But this is... Oh, God, I almost would have preferred to do 1 at a time if this is how long it's going to take. I guess it changes based on their size, because that Rogadin was taking a long time. Yeah, the humans... Let's see what happens when we get to the Lalafell, though. How fast will that be? Oh, much faster. Okay, so it's based off size. That's a little attention to detail you're not ever expecting, I'll be honest with you. It's kind of cool at the same time. Alright, so the cart should be right over here. I cannot believe that I'm actually being the one who's tasked with this. What happened to the big fella? Ah, forget it. Just bring the next batch, toss them in the back. Ain't like they're complaining if you're rough. Dude, these are my friends. Show some goddamn respect. Well, ain't you a strong one? 4 in 1 trip. Reckon there's no need for me to lend you a hand with the rest then. No. Just because I can do something a little bit different doesn't mean that you get to slack off for your job. I'm just a helping hand, you know? Someone who's not on the payroll. Someone who's job this isn't even. Why would I accept you not even helping? Just don't get it. Some people in this world have no goddamn respect. Okay. Let's see. So I did actually find out through some of my own research, you can get any of the NPC, Minfilia, any of the Scions, Y'shtola, Yitas, Papalimos, you can get any of their gear sets, but it does cost real life money instead of, you know, being purchasable in-game or crafted in-game. So you gotta shell out, like, I think it's like 19 or 20 bucks just for an outfit, which is a little bit more than I'm willing to spend, but at the same time, the option is there. Come on, let's finish this before I die of old age. Dude, this guy is so effing rude. That should be all of them. Thanks for the help. Reckon it won't take long to deliver all the corpses to the Lich Yard. Even so, you might want to hurry back and tell them that our work here is done. A little just back and forth, eh? Alright, let's see. Camp Dry Bones for 220. Wish I didn't have to pay that, but I guess we all gotta do something that we don't want to. Okay, where am I facing? There we go. That's how we get out. It's still raining over here? It must have just started right before I recorded. Normally weather doesn't take this long to change. Though it does look like it's lightening up. There it goes. Yep, sky's clearing up. Sun's coming out. Ooh, a little rainbow over there. Rainbow ring. That's kind of cool. Alright. Let's turn our quest in. I see that you decided to heed my advice. I pray that, in doing so, you found some small measure of peace. The first carriage from Vesper Bay arrived not long ago, and we have begun preparing your comrades for burial. I had a hand in the initial rites, and I would like you to know, for many, death came quickly. Rest assured that we will treat them with the utmost respect and do everything we can to shepherd them to Thal's realm. Well, thank you. I'll take them silver pieces, though. Oh, she's got more? Oh, she's got all the best. The Warden works in mysterious ways. Sister Elend has some difficult news to share with you. There is one thing I regret to inform you. Though we wish to inter your comrades on church grounds, the number of fallen scions far exceeds our estimates. After discussing the matter with Father Illud, we have concluded that we have no choice but to bury the dead in the same plots as those who perished in the calamity. Please forgive us. We do not wish to dishonor the memory of the fallen, but as caretakers of the Lich Yard, these are the realities we must face. Niah, what befell your order was an unforgivable crime. If you would have these villains brought to justice, consider making a pilgrimage to the Mark of the Warden. Though I do not follow the teachings of Eorzea, it is said that to offer prayers before her mark is to invoke her divine judgment. Regardless of your faith, mayhaps it would be worth the effort. Okay, so I don't know if I believe in offering up prayers, but I don't really have a choice. So where am I technically going? All the way down over here? Oh my god. Dude, I need the mount speed increase if we're gonna make a journey like that. That's halfway across the world, my dudes. It's not really that bad. Though it does seem like Fat Chocobo goes a lot slower. I mean, truthfully, he does, because we don't have the mount speed increase in this area yet. But just because of how big he is in comparison to all the smaller ones, he just seems a little bit more slow. I was gonna call him chunky, but I figured I'd be nice because I do enjoy him. Look at him, he's trying his best. Trying to get that little Gershel green. You can't fault him for that. Nah, you can't. Okay, so offer a prayer to the Mark of the Warden. We have to go through Amalja territory for this. I don't know if... It seems like a little bit of a dangerous pilgrimage for a sister of the Lich Yard to be sending us on, just to offer some prayers. You think they would have a place closer as well, right? Like, do they walk this distance anytime they want to offer up prayers to the warden? No, they don't really believe in the warden, do they? Is it just like a secondary god? Or, I mean, there's 12 of them, but is this a lesser god? No, that's one of those symbols that you can get for your patron deity in the beginning of the game when you create your character. I recognize it. As you kneel before the mark of the warden, in a moment of quiet solitude, you breathe deep of the dry desert air. The roar of the rushing waters is punctuated by the faint chirps of the vilekin and the shrill cries of a hawk. The gods, however, remain silent. So you get to kind of enjoy the nature, seeing that the world is sometimes a little bit larger and more beautiful, even when there are such calamities still happening all around. That this place is worth fighting for. At the very least, that's how I see it. You can mourn, but you can also appreciate the beauty and fragility of life. There's so much that changes around us, you know? It's kind of crazy. But in any case, so now we need to go back, because of course we do. I could teleport to Camp Drybones. It would probably be faster sitting through that loading screen. But again, if I was playing on my own, that's most likely what I would have done. But because we're doing an LP, I would like to show you some of the game instead of just hitting loading screens. Just be warned, as we go through the game and as we start to become more traveled, the game will take us to new places that we haven't seen before, and it will require us to travel long distances more and more and more. So just be warned, later in the game we will be teleporting everywhere. Yes, you can walk, you definitely can do that, but sometimes it's telling you to go 2 or 3 continents over, and it's just like, I don't think they're continents, but you get what I'm saying. From like East Shroud to Lenoskia, or Lenoskia to Thanalan, and sitting through all those loading screens and the traveling it would take, it would probably triple the amount of time that this LP would take. Ain't nobody got time for that, just for walking, just for doing this. Alright, Elend. You have honored the dead with your pilgrimage, Niah. Even if Eorzea did not hear your prayers, I believe that they provided comfort to your fallen brethren. Remember that although the body is but a vessel that must one day be surrendered to the lifestream, our soul shall endure, and the righteous shall find solace in Thal's realm. Well, those were some nice words, I will admit. Alright, next quest should hopefully level us up. Let's see what Elend has for us. Bury me not on the lone prairie. Sister Elend wishes to discuss one of the scions who perished at the Waking Sands. Although we can perform rites for most of the scions, there is one whom we cannot accept. We would like you to return this one to her people, the sylphs of Little Solace. It is only proper that she be given into the care of her friends and family, so that they may mourn her in accordance with sylphic traditions. That makes sense. I will admit, that's a pilgrimage I am willing to take. So we need to go to the Hawthorne Hut. For 358. Oh, it hurts me. Hurts me deep inside. My wallet's crying out in shame. Alright. Hawthorne Hut. Feels like forever ago since we've been here. It's funny how just doing a series of missions in one place can make you feel a little bit more fondly towards one that you were in for good first half of your playtime. Good like 15 hours. Oh no, we have to turn this into Kamoxia. Oh man. Kamoxia is gonna be so mad. This one is surprised to see Walking One in Little Solace. How can these ones assist Walking One? Ah, I hate to do it. I hate to do it. Eorzea, but this one does not understand. Kamoxia, this one has heard much wailing. This one would know what has caused such distress. Terrible news, Elder One. Awful news. Walking One has returned to Little Solace, but why? These ones have not requested further aid. Eorzea, How did this happen? Explain everything to this one at once. So, not only Eorzea, but many of Walking One's friends were lost as well. Huh, Eorzea. Eorzea went to Thanalan at the behest of this one. Walking One was with Eorzea at the end. Tell this one that Eorzea was brave. Tell this one that Eorzea did not suffer. This one is glad to hear Walking One's words. Thank you for bringing Eorzea home, Walking One. These ones also wish to thank Praying Ones. Tell Praying Ones these ones will remember this kindness. This one demands vengeance. Imperial Ones must pay. Imperial Ones must suffer. When the time comes for Walking Ones to face Imperial Ones, do not forget these ones. These ones would not have Eorzea's death be for naught. These ones will fight. Oh, these guys are so loyal and good. Oh, look at this outfit, huh? Yellow fever over here. I shouldn't call it that. I shouldn't call it that at all. That is insensitive. Oh. You know, it's just the fact that someone coined the term, you know, color fever, and it became derogatory. And now the rest of us can't even use it without feeling like we're being racist. I get it. I truly do. I'm just gonna drop that. It sucks. can't use that. I didn't mean to, you know, like if he was wearing blue, I would have called it like blue fever as well, you know, but just so happened to have yellow on. I'm just gonna shut up now. Just let that one sit. Anyways, let's see if Ellen has more. Hopefully we'll continue on with the real main story here. We thank you for the service to the church and to the sylphs. You may be pleased to know that in your absence, Sorry, hold on. That angle was pissing me off. In your absence, we interred the remaining scions to the Lich Yard. Perhaps you still wish to do more for your friends. If so, I would remind you that you have already done so much on their behalf. Please, take a rest and set aside your burdens for now, Niah. I guess so. Can I get some of that juice that you had over there? So I can drink on that? Sit and relax for a little while? Enjoy the sun? No? Alright. We'll talk to Marquise then. Eyes on me. Marquise believes he is being watched. I'm not imagining it, Niah. I know I'm being watched. No, not this girl. I know about her. No, this is different. Sinister. It is as if I'm under observation. The feeling comes and goes, but I feel it when last I ventured outside. Yes, I know I felt it. Will you look outside for me, please? It will only take a moment. Paranoid much, or are we actually being spied on? Is Marquise worth spying on? That's the question, right? What has he done that someone needs to check up on him? Titan Egg would probably be the one that we want for single target, right? I mean, yes, but is it single target? Are there going to be multiple spoilers? We're going to be finding someone eventually. I don't think it's this one. I think we have to hit another location, but there's a chance someone spawns here. So let's just get prepared for it. Yep, being watched. Alright, so it is a single target, so that's good. Alright, let's see what happens when I use my new skill here. What is this all about? It didn't really seem like it did much. I need to get used to my new controls here. Let's hit another one. Potency is 7. It hits everyone, right? That's an area effect, so we don't want to be using that right now, because there's really no point. I'm just trying to remember, because I moved around my skills. If you remember at the end of the last episode, I was like, I'll deal with this later, but this is kind of the thing that I ended up with. So we have Ruin 2 and we have Fester over here, because these are kind of specialty use cases. I'll only use Ruin 2 if I need to get out of an area, and honestly I won't be using it all that much. And then Fester is such I mean, it's a main arsenal, and honestly I should probably keep it how it was. keep Outburst here, because again, it's such a specialty use. So I have now 2 area of effects, and if I was to even go one step further, I might be able to get away with this. Keep it how it was originally, but keep these area of effect attacks all over here. So if we, actually it would be, hold on 1 second. I just need to make sure I have it right. So Bane is to spread miasma and poison and bio. This is just to do damage. So I'll put it there. So that's more specialty than this. Okay. Yeah, I can deal with that. And I'll rarely ever use Energy Siphon. So yeah. Okay. I didn't get a chance to battle with it, so I didn't really think about how it would turn out there. So I think if we keep everything how we had it before, essentially, and then just kind of start filling in some of our other slots here, we'll be okay. We'll have to eventually expand it as well, seeing that I'll get more skills here, because as you can see, we're gonna get a lot. So I mean, up to level 50. So actually, we're only going to get 1 more skill technically. 2 more skills. Surecast and Corruption Mastery, and we have more than enough spaces, so okay, that works. I can deal with that. I didn't even really see who was attacking us. It was a Garlean someone, right? It was an Imperial dude. So it wasn't like it was just some random person. You were attacked, weren't you? Are you unharmed? Thank the gods. I knew it. He was watching me. But why was he watching me? What did he want with me? Did he perhaps know something of my past? If only I could have asked him. I need to think. Please allow me a moment alone. Wait, Father Illard must hear of this. Will you tell him for me? It's important. I think others may come for me again. Alright, we should probably tell the head of the church here. Heavens forfend! That such a thing should happen on holy ground. Do you have any idea who this man was? Did you notice anything distinctive about his garb or possessions? What was it? Imperial short sword, so it definitely was an Imperial guy. Okay. This is Garlean steel, which means the man who was watching Marquise was... Make haste to Camp Drybone at once. We must summon the immortal flames before more Imperials come. Uh-oh, are we prepping up for an all-out war?
I fondly hoped that I might be the first to speak with you. Would that I had been so fortunate. At ease, adventurer. I come not on behalf of the Empire. On the contrary, I mean to revive the scions of the Seventh Dawn. And to that end, I have come in search of a legend. The greatest engineer of our time, Master Cid Garland. I have come for you.
I fear you are mistaken, child. He is but a poor soul who bore witness to the horrors at Cartano. I beg of you, leave us in peace.
Wait,
Hear me, Cid. Eorzea needs you.
Cid, was it? Here. These belong to you. I thought you bore the mark of greatness. It seems that I was right. Our time together was all too brief, but it felt as though my son had returned to me. You have brought joy to an old man's life. But it is time for you to help those who truly need you.
Who are you?
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. As a scion of the Seventh Dawn, I stand against our primal and imperial foes, as my grandfather once did. 'Tis no secret what befell our order at the Waking Sands. Word has already spread across Eorzea. The repercussions are far greater than you realize. In the wake of the Calamity, the 3 city-states focused their efforts solely on reconstruction, leaving the Scions to combat the primal threat unaided. And lo, we are all but destroyed. Yet even as the nations mourn our demise and abandon what little hope they have left, we cannot forsake our duty, now least of all. The Ixal have summoned Garuda once more, and she torments the people of Kurthus as we speak. Her appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Worse, in her present incarnation, our Baldessian colleagues believe she surpasses both Ifrit and Titan in strength. Yet, therein lies an opportunity. Were we somehow to defeat Garuda, it would serve as a warning to the other beast tribes that even their mightiest gods can be felled. If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary. And for that, we need an airship. Your airship, Cid.
I have an airship?
Yes, Cid, you do. Your very own airship. It was last seen in the skies over Gridania, not long before the Calamity. So let us begin our search there.
An airship? My airship? Oh, wait.
Come, let us put an end to the primals. Together, we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
They need my airship. They need me.
Marquise was Cid this entire time. Boy, Cid. Now, if you guys are Final Fantasy noobs, if this is like the first time you've ever really seen Final Fantasy being played or anything like that, Cid is a key staple in most of the Final Fantasy franchise. He's always different in each game, but he's always like an airship captain. So it's just good to see him again in this reincarnation, and the fact that again he has an airship, just beautiful. This game has so many little callbacks to every Final Fantasy game, just like from Biggs and Wedge being characters in this game, from Cid being the airship captain, some of the music, some of the name titles, the title names for quests. There's just so much in here. The Golden Saucer being from Final Fantasy VII, but also being the gambling area in this game. Like I said, there's just attention to detail. You can tell how much these guys love Final Fantasy as a franchise, and I couldn't be happier with it. Truly, I can't. I will be right back in just half a second. Please forgive the cut. Okay, really sorry about that. Life still goes on. So now we have to do Illid's quest, He Who Waited Behind. Father Illid has some parting words for you and the others. What a curious twist of fate that Master Cid Garland would would at last be found within our church. It defies imagination. Beg your pardon, Niah. You wish to find this airship, yes? I know not how much truth there is to it, but there is a tale known as the final flight of the Enterprise, which grew popular in the wake of the Calamity, much like the Great Gubu Wall of Ul'dah. Oh, I think I know that one. It states that the Enterprise flew northwest from Garlean towards Korthius. If true, the airship would have passed through the North Shroud, likely over Falgord Float, the closest settlement to Korthius. Mayhaps the Serpents stationed there have records of the events that transpired that day. I had hoped you might rest from your journey for a time, but I see that the world still needs of you and the Scions. Pray look after yourself and Sid, Niah. So the Walls of Gubu was a kind of like final quest objective event that Final Fantasy XIV 1.0 had before they shut down their servers for the revamp into 2.0. They literally just sent hordes of Gubus rushing into Ul'dah, and like players would fight them and whatnot. It was kind of a cool thing. I saw it on YouTube. Obviously, I wasn't there. I didn't play Final Fantasy XIV 1.0. So we need to go where? To Korthius, is it saying? No, to the Black Shroud. Falgord Float, okay. So in the Black Shroud is where we need to go to hear about the rumors. And then we need to go to Korthius, apparently, after that. So Korthius will eventually be the place that we will be making our new base of operations for a while. You know, very much how we were in Thanalan for a little while. Much how we were in the Eastern, or the Shroud for a while. Korthius will be kind of like the end game sort of thing. Is there aught I can assist you with, miss? The Enterprise? You speak of Master Garlean's ship, yes? I needn't refer to the records. I know that the airship was sighted overhead 5 years ago, clearly bound for Korthius. What became of it after, I cannot say. If you wish to know more, pray speak with Vortefart? Vortefart? I mean, anyway, this guy's last name is Fart. I can't help it. At Florentel's Spire, he was on duty that day and saw it with his own eyes. Fart, huh? Okay. I am unsure what it is you hope to accomplish, though. Even should you locate the ship, would you not need a man of Master Garlean's caliber to fly it? I hear tell that the machinery is fiendishly complex. That ain't none of your damn business, my dude. Who flies it, who doesn't? You don't need to know that. Okay, so, looks like the outpost that's up here, if I'm not mistaken, is housing, Vortfart. I wish I could get a voice acting just so I knew how to pronounce this guy's name properly, because it is so funny. What is this outfit? What's that shirt? That's the question. Whoops, I didn't want to send tell. I wanted to examine. Let's just get rid of that. I don't want to speak to you. I just want to see what clothes you're wearing. It's the Four Strikers Tabard for the monk, huh? It's a disciple of war. I hate that. I wish I could equip it. Anyways. You have come in search of Vortfart. Well, then well met. You have found him. Indeed, I have served as a whaler for many years, since before the great snows came to Korthius. What exactly is this about? Ah, the final flight of the Enterprise. I do indeed remember that day. Well, tell me everything you know, my dude. Cold reception. Vortfart wishes to tell you of the final flight of the Enterprise. 'Twas on the eve of the Battle of Cartanau, nigh on 5 years ago. I held the spire alone that night, while the bulk of our forces marched to meet the enemy in the field. Then, all of a sudden, the most fantastic airship I'd ever seen splits the skies overhead. I could only watch in shock as it disappeared over the mountains to the northwest. If the Enterprise wasn't destroyed during the Calamity, I'd wager it's still somewhere in Korthius. The astrologians at the observatorium may have records which could help, but to attain them, you would need to deal with the Ishgardians who control the region. I wouldn't expect much, though. The High House have long been concerned with their own affairs above all else. When Bahamut descended, they took shelter behind their gates, and even now they have little regard for the plights of other nations. Nevertheless, they may deign to assist you should you prove yourself useful. Consider providing your services to the soldiers who guard the observatorium. Couldn't say it for some reason. Though they may refuse you at first, I have little doubt they would accept aid for. Okay, we'll read that. Okay, so we now need to go to Carthius, right? That's our next objective. Awesome. Well, even though that's our next objective, and even though it's a little short, I'm going to end this episode here. And in tomorrow's episode, we're going to go into the new land and see what it has to offer. We'll start up a whole new quest and a whole new area. Alright guys, well, I want to thank you so much for joining me on this episode, and I hope you're looking forward to the next. I will see you all later. Peace out, and much love to you.